Across America, in 2025, the housing crisis is creating ghost towns. Half-built homes, empty lots, and stalled construction projects are appearing in cities nationwide. Homebuilders are abandoning entire neighborhoods due to skyrocketing construction costs, declining demand, and an unstable housing market. In this video, we reveal 10 U.S. cities where construction has completely stopped. From projects that began in 2021 to deserted streets today, these abandoned developments highlight the dramatic challenges facing America's housing industry. Whether you're a home buyer, real estate investor, or simply curious about where the housing market is stalling, this video is a must-watch. Subscribe to Housing Watch for cinematic, in-depth insights into every chapter of the American housing story. Number 10. Reno, Nevada, was long celebrated as the comeback story of the American West. Once a casino town, Reno transformed into a hub for technology, logistics, and remote workers. When Tesla announced its Gigafactory near Sparks, the Reno Sparks housing market became one of the fastest growing in the nation. Between 2020 and 2022, median home prices surged nearly 60%, according to Redfin and Zillow, attracting buyers from across California and beyond. By 2025, the Reno housing market has slowed dramatically. Rising interest rates, construction inflation, and water supply concerns have stalled. Growth median sale prices are down roughly 10% year over year, while inventory has doubled and new home cancellations are surging. Realtor.com now ranks Reno among the top Western cities for price cuts and delayed construction. On the ground, subdivisions once promising luxury desert living site half-built, with wooden frames bleaching in the Nevada sun. Streets end abruptly, sales offices are empty, and ghost neighborhoods stand as a visible sign of vanishing demand. Zillow reports Bay Area buyer searches are down nearly 45% since 2021, and stricter lending standards are keeping cash buyers at bay. Water scarcity compounds the challenge. Record droughts in the Truckee River Basin have prompted stricter environmental regulations, further raising development costs. While Reno still offers mountain views, a growing art scene, and proximity to Lake Tahoe, the era of easy growth is over. In 2025, Reno real estate serves as a cautionary tale. When speculation outpaces stability, even a booming desert market built on dreams can come to a quiet halt. Number 9. Raleigh, North Carolina, was once a shining example of the post-pandemic housing boom. Attracting families from New York, California, and Washington, the city's research triangle offered affordable homes, stable jobs, and southern charm. Between 2020 and 2022, Raleigh homes for sale saw median prices surge nearly 55%, peaking around $475,000, according to Zillow Builders' race to keep up, developing neighborhoods in Fuquay, Varina, Wendell, and Clayton almost overnight. By 2025, the Raleigh housing market has slowed sharply. Active listings have risen more than 80% year over year, while pending sales have dropped nearly a third. Homes that once sold in days now sit for months. Mortgage rates above 7% have priced out many first-time buyers, and CoreLogic reports that over 40% of renters can no longer afford starter homes in the area. Builders who once relied on constant demand are now pausing projects and holding unsold inventory, facing rising construction costs and tight financing. Lumber, labor, and permitting expenses continue to climb, compounding the slowdown. Even the region's strong tech and biotech job market has not fully offset these pressures, and the wave of remote workers fueling the boom has slowed to a trickle. Driving through Raleigh's new subdivisions reveals the shift. Empty model homes, overgrown lots, and fading for sale signs. Developers now offer incentives like closing cost credits, mortgage buydowns, and luxury upgrades, but buyer confidence remains cautious. Raleigh's story is not collapse but correction, a reminder that even the fastest-growing cities must respect the limits of housing affordability. Number 8. Cape Coral, Florida. Number 8 on our list, Cape Coral, Florida, was once one of the Sunshine State's fastest-growing real estate markets. Known for its canals, waterfront homes, and affordable alternatives to Miami, Cape Coral attracted families, retirees, and investors seeking Florida homes for sale. Between 2020 and 2022, demand surged, with median home values climbing over 70% to surpass $420,000, according to Zillow and Redfin. By 2025, the Cape Coral housing market is slowing dramatically. Listings have nearly doubled in just a year, and median sale prices have dropped more than 12%. Nearly 1 in 4 homes now sells below the list price, a sharp reversal from the bidding wars of 2021. Underlying this slowdown are environmental and financial pressures. Cape Coral's low-lying neighborhoods and extensive canal system make it one of the most flood-prone areas in the U.S. After Hurricane Ian, new flood zone maps and soaring insurance premiums have hit homeowners hard. CoreLogic reports that typical insurance costs in Southwest Florida have tripled over 5 years, with some families paying up to $15,000 annually, rivaling mortgage payments. These rising home insurance costs, combined with concerns about sea level rise and recurring storms, have driven buyers inland and paused construction on new developments. Red tide outbreaks and delayed infrastructure upgrades have further strained the local economy. Cape Coral still offers sunshine, scenic canals, and waterfront living, but the 2025 housing boom has turned into a market correction. This serves as a reminder that even the most desirable Florida real estate markets are vulnerable when growth is built on speculation, environmental risk, and rising costs. Number 7. Austin, Texas was once the crown jewel of America's housing boom. Known for its thriving tech scene, live music culture, and rapid population growth, Austin became a magnet for homebuyers and investors. Between 2020 and 2022, the metro's median home price surged nearly 70%, topping $575,000, according to Zillow and Redfin. Homes sold within days, often tens of thousands over asking. By 2025, the Austin housing market is showing signs of cooling. Inventory across the metro area has jumped more than 60% year over year, while builders who once raced to meet demand are now canceling projects mid-frame. Suburbs like Leander, Kyle, and Manor have seen construction slow dramatically, and nearly 1 in 3 new home contracts in 2024 were canceled before closing. Several factors are driving this slowdown. Tech layoffs have weakened Austin's white-collar workforce. Mortgage rates above 7% have priced out many buyers, and an oversupply of new homes has left the market struggling to recover. Developers such as D.R. Horton and Lenner have paused projects, leaving paved streets, empty lots, and unfinished frames in outer neighborhoods. Affordability, once Austin's greatest strength, has largely vanished. With a median income near $85,000, monthly mortgage payments now consume over 40% of household earnings. Even rental prices are slipping as vacancies rise and landlords compete for tenants. Realtor.com now ranks Austin among the least affordable housing markets in the U.S. Austin's energy and creativity remain. But its 2025 real estate slowdown reminds buyers and investors that even the boldest housing booms can falter when growth outpaces economic and financial reality. Number 6. Denver, Colorado was long celebrated as a symbol of the new American West. Vibrant, youthful, and full of opportunity. Between 2015 and 2022, the metro area became a top destination for migration and new housing, with neighborhoods booming across Highlands Ranch, Aurora, and Commerce City. Buyers were drawn to mountain views, modern living, and Denver's thriving culture. By 2025, the Denver housing market has slowed sharply. Zillow reports that inventory has surged nearly 70% since 2023, while pending home sales have dropped to a 10-year low. Median home prices, which once approached $600,000, have fallen about 12% year over year, with declines continuing. Developers cite rising costs and labor shortages, but the deeper issue is affordability. Mortgage rates above 7% have priced out thousands, with the average household now needing over $120,000 annually to buy a typical home, while wages have barely increased. Construction across the Front Range has slowed significantly. Luxury condos, suburban subdivisions, and downtown townhomes sit unfinished, grass reclaiming sidewalks and empty lots where families were meant to live. Even the rental market is softening, with rising vacancies forcing landlords to lower rents. Realtor.com reports that nearly 1 in 5 Denver area developers has postponed or canceled major projects in 2025. Denver still offers mountain access, diverse job opportunities, and a vibrant cultural scene. However, the pandemic-era housing boom has given way to a cautious reset. In 2025, the mile-high city's skyline may still shine, but the quiet streets of unfinished neighborhoods reveal a simple truth. Even Denver cannot sustain growth without balance in the housing market. Number 5. San Antonio, Texas. Was once one of the fastest-growing cities in the state, where history met opportunity and developers saw endless potential. Between 2020 and 2022, the metro ranked among the top 5 U.S. regions for new housing starts. Suburbs like Cibolo, Schertz, and New Braunfels flourished with new construction, as thousands of lots were cleared, permits filed, and foundations poured. By 2025, the San Antonio housing market has cooled significantly. Redfin reports a 30% drop in new home sales from last year. Empty slabs, weathered wooden frames, and "coming soon" signs now mark half-built neighborhoods. Builders that expanded too quickly during the pandemic are scaling back, pausing, or abandoning projects as carrying costs for unsold inventory climb, with mortgage rates still above 7%. Affordability has become the central challenge. Median home prices jumped nearly 50% during the pandemic, while local wages rose only 12%, pricing out many middle-class buyers. High material and labor costs have further strained developers, forcing some to accept major losses or exit the market entirely. The slowdown is also affecting the local economy. Contractors, electricians, and plumbers report fewer projects and reduced profits. Despite these challenges, San Antonio's broader economy remains stable, supported by healthcare, manufacturing, and the military. The housing market is not collapsing but pausing. The half-built homes and quiet subdivisions tell the story. Even Texas's most resilient markets must respect the limits of housing affordability and sustainable growth. In 2025, San Antonio stands as a reminder that rapid expansion without balance inevitably slows. Number 4. Phoenix, Arizona. Was long the poster child of the Sun Belt housing boom. Known for abundant sunshine, affordable homes, and room to grow, the metro attracted nearly 200,000 new residents between 2020 and 2022. Builders rushed to keep up, with Redfin reporting more than 60,000 housing units in development by late 2022, making Phoenix one of the most overbuilt markets in the nation. Median home prices climbed above $475,000, up nearly 70% from pre-pandemic levels. By 2025, however, the Phoenix housing market has slowed sharply. Across suburbs like Goodyear, Buckeye, and Queen Creek, construction sites lie quiet. Foundations remain exposed, framed homes weather in the desert sun, and many projects are fenced off indefinitely as builders cite rising costs and fading demand. Investor withdrawal has worsened the slowdown. Corporate landlords and short-term rental buyers, who once drove demand, have retreated amid higher interest rates and falling rents. Zillow reports investor purchases down nearly 45% since 2022. Rising holding costs have forced some developers to abandon projects altogether. Water scarcity adds another barrier. Arizona's record drought has paused new subdivision approvals in parts of Maricopa County, and extreme heat and energy strain make large-scale expansion riskier than ever. Redfin shows home values are down roughly 10% from their peak, while new home cancellations have more than doubled. Phoenix still boasts economic strength and natural beauty, but its housing market serves as a cautionary tale. In 2025, the quiet streets and unfinished developments reveal a stark reality. Rapid growth without sustainable planning can fade as quickly as the desert sun. Number 3. Boise, Idaho. Was once hailed as the golden child of America's remote work boom. Between 2020 and 2022, the Treasure Valley became one of the fastest-growing housing markets in the country. Boise homes for sale saw prices soar more than 60% as buyers from California, Washington, and Oregon flooded in, seeking space, affordability, and opportunity. Suburbs like Meridian, Kuna, and Nampa transformed almost overnight, earning Boise the nickname Zoomtown USA. By 2025, the Boise housing market has slowed dramatically. Median sale prices have fallen nearly 20% from their peak, while inventory has doubled. Redfin reports that new listings now linger on the market 3 times longer than in 2022. Many projects that promised high returns are stalled or abandoned, with half-built homes, fenced-off lots, and exposed foundations sitting idle under Idaho's sun. The demand collapse is tied to affordability. Local wages have not kept pace with inflated prices from the boom. Zillow data shows that the average mortgage payment now consumes over 40% of median household income, putting homeownership out of reach for many buyers. Builders are scaling back, filing permits at the lowest rate in a decade, while major developers exit for stronger markets. Local contractors that once built 50 homes a year now struggle to start 5. Boise still offers scenic beauty, strong community, and vibrant lifestyle, but the frenzy is gone. In 2025, the once thriving Zoomtown has become a slow unwind, and the hum of construction has been replaced by quiet streets and still skies, a market finally returning to balance. Number 2, Bakersfield, California, was long celebrated as the state's last affordable frontier. Attracting families and investors leaving Los Angeles and the Bay Area, Bakersfield offered attainable homeownership while other California metros became prohibitively expensive. Between 2019 and 2022, housing permits jumped nearly 40%, transforming farmland into sprawling subdivisions across southwest Bakersfield, Rosedale, and the Kern River corridor. By 2025, the Bakersfield housing market is cooling sharply. Construction costs have soared, credit has tightened, and demand is weakening. Drive through new neighborhoods, and the slowdown is clear. Streets half-paved, idle machinery, and empty sales offices with temporarily closed signs. Redfin data shows home prices down 9% year-over-year, while active listings have surged nearly 60%. Builders who once promised quick move-in homes are now delaying or canceling projects. Affordability, Bakersfield's hallmark, has eroded. Insurance premiums spiked after repeated wildfires, and property taxes rose due to inflated pandemic valuations. Combined with high mortgage rates, the typical household now spends over 45% of income on housing. Investor demand has also softened, with large buyers pulling back, leaving more inventory on the market. The local economy, tied to agriculture and energy, faces pressure from water shortages and stricter environmental regulations. Even so, Bakersfield remains livable, family-oriented, and more affordable than most California cities. Its story is not one of collapse, but of correction. In 2025, quiet cul-de-sacs and half-built homes serve as a reminder that even the most affordable markets can falter when growth outpaces reality. Number 1, Las Vegas, Nevada, has always been a city built on risk, where fortunes rise and fall with the roll of the dice. Between 2020 and 2022, the Las Vegas housing market became one of the hottest in the nation. Median home prices surged more than 50%, peaking near $450,000, as buyers and investors flocked to North Las Vegas, Henderson, and Summerlin developers rushed to build, driven by cheap financing and pandemic-era optimism. By 2025, the boom has cooled dramatically. Construction sites that once buzzed with activity now sit silent and fenced off. Builders are canceling contracts, defaulting on land deals, and abandoning mid-construction projects. Major developers, including Lennar and D.R. Horton, have paused construction due to rising costs and uncertain demand. Mortgage rates near 7% have pushed homeownership out of reach for many. Zillow data shows monthly mortgage payments up 85% since 2019. Rising energy and utility costs, along with higher insurance premiums due to heat, drought, and fire risks, have further squeezed family budgets. Investor demand has softened, leaving half-built subdivisions and empty streets across North Las Vegas. While tourism has returned and the Strip is bustling, the housing market tells a different story. Model homes sit locked, sales offices are dark, and developers are cutting losses rather than betting on a quick recovery. Las Vegas still shines against the desert sky, but beneath that glow lies a sobering reality. Even in a city built on risk, rapid housing growth without sustainable planning eventually stalls. In 2025, Las Vegas serves as a cautionary tale of unfinished promises, empty lots, and the limits of a housing boom fueled by speculation.